Just go with ODI.
Yes.
All right, here it is. Shubh Aramb in ODIs has officially been announced because, ladies and gentlemen, here is the India ODI squad for the 3-match series against Australia. Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer is your new vice captain, Aksar Patel, KL Rahul is the designated keeper, then Nitish Kumar Reddy, Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna, Dhruv Jurel is your backup keeper, and you have Yashasvi Jaiswal as your backup opener. So the only two major talking points apart from 4 others, is no Jasprit Bumrah in the ODIs, but he's there in the T20I setup. There is no Sanju Samson in the ODIs. So that is how we are looking at this particular situation. So it is the start of the Gill era. It is the start of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's journey only as proper batters. This transition was needed because primarily when you look at it, you needed Gill to have some time for the ODI World Cup of 2027. Now, we will be focusing more on the ODI team. But as far as the T20I team is concerned, Surya Kumar Yadav remains your captain, Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill is your vice captain, Tilak Verma. The only addition from the T20I squad is a Nitish Kumar Reddy because Hardik Pandya misses out on the whole tour. Hardik Pandya will not be there for the whole tour. No Jaddu in ODIs as well. Yes, there is also another one huge addition in that. No Ravindra Jadeja in ODIs. So, Shivam Dube, Aksar Patel, Jitesh Sharma, Varun Chakravarti, Jasprit Bumrah, Arshdeep Singh, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana, Sanju Samson, Rinku Singh, Washington Sundar. So, Hardik not there in the T20I and for the whole tour as well.
Yeah.
But no Ravindra Jadeja in white ball cricket. Now, this is a big development that we are looking at it because Jadeja did well in the series that has happened against, that's just happened against the West Indies, the first test. He did very well, but he's not there. He played in the Champions Trophy at this point, Ravindra Jadeja, but he's not getting a pick in this Australia squad. That's a big surprise in that sense.
The other big news is there's no Jasprit Bumrah in the ODI squad.
Yeah.
But that, remember, Jasprit Bumrah is, of course, at the moment, would have been rested. I guess this is definitely down to workload management that Jasprit Bumrah has been rested. But Ravindra Jadeja not making it to the ODI squad, I think is pretty much sort of a confirmation, could be the end of the road for him. Because for Jadeja, there can not be any workload management because he played after a long gap and just played a test match. No, I said maybe because of test match, you may be wanting to rest him. But before that, he's had a 1-month break because he only played in England. So clearly, it's officially confirmed.
Yeah.
That may be the end of the road for Jadeja, not the end of the road for Rohit and Virat. But Virat, I think, not under notice as well. But clearly the fact that they've changed the captaincy means that they will be watching Rohit Sharma's form closely. If his form continues, then maybe going forward, he will be part of the ODI squad. If not, they don't want to be under any doubts. So have a fixed captain 2 years ahead of the ODI tournament, so they can continue with that.
The other thing is Hardik Pandya also not done the T20I squad. That's why Nitish Kumar Reddy is the addition from that Asia Cup squad. So the injury is quite severe enough for Hardik to miss the whole tour. So no Jadeja, no Hardik. Bumrah only in the T20I squad. Rohit, Virat as pure batters. Shreyas Iyer gets an elevation to the vice captaincy bit. But with Varun, Kuldeep, Aksar in the side, how could a Jadeja have come in? That is the only thing. You're not going to play on spinning decks in South Africa and all of that. So at max 2, that is the problem that you're looking at this stage. So Jaiswal will be your backup opener. So that is the one major thing that's there. But I don't know whether he'll get a game, Yashasvi Jaiswal, because you got Gill and Rohit at the top 2 open. So this is what we are looking at it. 3 ODIs which will be played on 19th, 23rd and 25th in Perth, Adelaide and Sydney.
It's a straight swap from the last ODI series you played, or that
the
was
Champions Trophy.
Which was and the marquee match there was the Champions Trophy final. Nitish Kumar Reddy slots in the position of
By the way,
Hardik Pandya.
another major change, no Mohammad Shami. either in the ODI or in the T20I setup. I think fitness concerns are
Siddharth,
huge.
You sort of got a cue for that in the Champions Trophy.
But he did play the Champions Trophy. He did. He got a 5-wicket haul against Bangladesh. He didn't get any other wickets after that, but there was an injury concern over Mohammad Shami, remember. So, I think when you look at it, there is no Siraj as well. Siraj
is there in ODIs.
in the T20I setup. I'm
So,
looking
but
at.
he
that
didn't
is
play in
not
the
the
Asia
change. No,
Cup.
how will you change the team from what is one
Yeah,
Asia
yeah.
Cup? How will you make
Yeah,
any changes?
But Siraj
That's
is
not
there in the
point.
ODIs, but Shami is not there in the ODIs.
He was not part of the T20s,
T20s.
but ODIs also
Yeah.
is gone.
But I think it is also, if you are saying Jadeja is the end of the road for him in white ball cricket, I
Perhaps
think
for
it's
Shami.
the end of the road even for Mohammad Shami then. Because he was the one who was who last played in the Champions Trophy, remember. He got a 5-wicket haul, but he has had injury concerns. He didn't get picked in red ball. We are thinking red ball, maybe the stress is too much on him. But yeah, there is no Mohammad Shami as well. So the major talking point which had broken earlier in the live was that Shubman Gill will be the captain. It is not the end of the road for Virat and Rohit. Presto, right on cue. Ajit Agarkar will have a press conference pretty soon explaining. And there is Ajit Agarkar.
He's there in the hot
Yeah.
seat.
It'll be very interesting what he says about Rohit
Yeah.
and Virat also in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sense. So, for people who are joining us now, key takeaways, Shubman Gill era has begun. He's now the captain in ODIs. Virat, Rohit only as batters. No Jaddu, no Shami in ODIs.
In ODIs.
Hardik Pandya not there in the entire tour. So, that is the thing.
We'll keep updating you live as Ajit Agarkar speaks. I'll keep updating you as to everything that he talks about for each player he talks about. We've spoken about Shami, end of the road for maybe Shami, end of the road for Jadeja, the thought behind why Rohit has been removed and why someone like Shubman has been made captain. All of these questions are going to be answered as we speak right now. And if you're live with us, then stick on, because we will keep updating you with every explanation that the chairman of selector has to offer for each of the selection he's made.
Well, it'll be a long press conference because there'll be a lot of questions only on two individuals that I'm looking at, Virat and Rohit.
No, what could be the questions around Virat per se? Rohit, I think there'll be a lot more questions.
Fitness.
Virat's fitness, he's still one of the fittest athletes you'll find in the game. Yes, I know he's worried about his grey beard.
No, Rohit on fitness.
Rohit and fitness, yeah, but I don't see a lot of questions around Virat per se. It was, see, he needs to be, he's a top tier athlete, and he knows that he needs to be playing some cricket for him to be playing these marquee tournaments for India, and he has expressed his desire to continue playing the ODI format, which is also the only format that he's now left with. He understands he cannot anymore be picking and choosing series because workload is now taking care of itself now that you've decided to hang your boots in two formats of the game. So, and we keep getting these videos of him at times practicing, at times just doing daily business, daily chores in London.
Yeah.
There aren't any question marks about his fitness or his skill for that matter. We saw how good he was in the Champions Trophy. So with Rohit though, I think bulk of the questions could be around the ex-ODI captain.
Okay, so quick updates for Jadeja. He said he's still in the scheme of things, but we could not have taken so many spinners to Australia. We took him to the Champions Trophy because conditions like that were there. Here there is Akshar, there is Kuldeep, Washi, whatever, there are many. So he has to miss out here. But will be in contention going forward.
Oh.
And the other big thing is Rohit was communicated that we are changing the captaincy. He was already told.
Right. I mean, see, this regime came about to take the tough decisions, and they're doing exactly what is given to them in the brief. I mean, Agarkar has done it in the past. He's been giving more press conferences when you look at it as compared to the previous
That I
dispensation.
must say.
So-
the number of press conferences.
So one of the biggest reasons they've had to change the captaincy, because it's that practically impossible to have 3 different captains for 3 different formats.
Yeah, that is the thing. Because you've been having it for a very long time. Ever since 2023, I mean, you look at it, Rohit was the last. Then after that, how do you get 3 different captains? ODI different captain, Test different captain, T20I. Surya Kumar Yadav was already a designated captain there. Yeah. So I think it's good. Streamlining the process, going back to the Dhoni era.
I like the idea of having different captains, because I briefly thought that becomes the gateway to having separate teams as well. And I know I was being utopian and this was hypothetical conversation for the largest part, for the longest part. But Yeah, see, you've circled back on exactly what Indian cricket has always been like.
Dhoni, he advocated that only.
Yeah, I'm not personally a big fan. I feel every format requires different skill sets. The game has changed a lot. The number of matches you're playing have suddenly increased a lot.
Okay.
So he's one reason I told you that 3 different captains is never easy, not just for selector, he said for a coach also. How will he plan in the future with 3 different captains? So the coach also will find it tough. That's the other reason. And secondly, he said we've taken this decision keeping in mind what the 2027 World Cup is. He said 2 years may seem a long time, but because we don't play too much ODI cricket, how do I see if Gill is ready or not? We need to see enough of him before the ODI World Cup, and because we play very few ODI matches, so now was the right time to transition and see him as captain ahead of the 2027 World Cup. He was asked what conversation you had with Rohit Sharma. He said that's between him and me, so I'm not going to be sharing. But he was communicated, Rohit Sharma, that there is a change in captaincy.
I mean, carrying your point forward, I mean, India play only 9 ODIs from now until July 2026. You are playing 3 now, Australia, 3 versus South Africa, and 3 versus New Zealand in January 2026. After that, there is a break, T20 World Cup and IPL. Then you play 3 ODIs only against England in July. So that is the amount of gap that you will be getting for 2 consecutive years. Ajit Agarkar has seen that yes, there is a big gap for ODIs. That's why this is the right period now to ensure that you get the transition going. So 2021, middle of the previous 4-year cycle, Rohit was given the captain. And now, middle of this cycle, Gill has been given the captaincy. But time is not on his side. I mean, we may think 2 years is quite long, but no. Actually, you will be missing 6 months. So take away 6 months out of the 24 months. He only has 18 months to prove. Because 3 months of IPL in 2 years, plus you got a T20 World Cup that eats into 2 more months. So 3 plus 3 plus 2 equals 8 months gone, right in right there. So only 16 months for Gill to prove his credentials as an ODI captain and a batter. So yes, that's a good point by Ajit Agarkar that he's just made at this point in time. So yeah, the press conference is continuing.
Quick word on the new vice captain of this side, again merited. And we were just short while back discussing about potential candidates for vice captaincy. I personally am very happy that they've gone with somebody like a Shreyas Iyer, who for a while now has been knocking on the doors, has been making, I'd say he's been making life difficult for the selectors and easy for the captain. Difficult for the selectors because in other formats as well he'd presented such a good case for himself. Unfortunate that you couldn't include him in the Asia Cup. Unfortunate again that you don't see him on this T20 leg for the Australia tour as well. Makes the job extremely easy for the captain because of his performances. Again, the best of him we saw both in the Champions Trophy and in the World Cup of 2023. So he really is in that mold. He really seems to have figured out his game and the right elevation as well. There've been backers of Shreyas Iyer saying that he in fact merits a place not just in the 11 but also was a captaincy candidate as well, when he thought that if you're looking at someone else from if you're looking at moving on from Surya Kumar Yadav, form concerns, whatever, it's a good candidate, already an IPL winner, 2-time finalist as well, 3-time finalist with 3 different teams in fact. So there are the long list of credentials for Shreyas Iyer.
So he's confirmed that Bumrah is rested. He was also asked about, how do you manage fitnesses of Rohit and Virat did it remotely. He said that I am not sure of. That is for the COE to look forward to or look at. We as selectors need that they've passed the fitness test. Once the report comes to us, we don't care where it's happened. Once they tell us, okay, Rohit is passed, Virat is passed, so then we know that they are available for selection.
Yeah. So talking about selection, suddenly even Rishabh Pant, we were all thinking he could be fit for the Australia tour. No, he just started practicing today at the COE.
Yeah.
So yes, Rishabh Pant also doesn't make it to the Australia ODI setup. He was not going to be in contention for the T20I because of he's not been picked for the T20I squad at all from the Asia Cup and onwards. So yes, Pant also has not recovered in time for the fitness drill. So that's why after now, his next series is going to be South Africa. The 2 tests that they will be playing in November, December. So Pant also doesn't make it at this point in time. So yes, fitness-wise, I think they'll be coordinating and all that. Virat knows how to manage his fitness. He might be doing it well in England. There have been several videos where he has been practicing quite well. In that sense, he's getting back into the groove. So it's a good sign indeed at this point. But yeah, talking about Shreyas Iyer, much deserved. It's unfortunate that his fitness won't allow him to be part of the test match setup. I think we have seen the last of Shreyas in test matches because of his fitness.
Yeah, that letter that he wrote to the BCCI, I think that pretty much was the final nail in the coffin. And he's obviously, like any athlete would, he was looking at prolonging his international career. And he decided that if he wants to really audition and where he feels is the best chance to be able to secure a place for himself, and I'm guessing he has made that decision very it comes across as a very informed and a calculated decision that T20 cricket is not dying. He wants and also the commitment level and the amount of workload that it takes of you, he thinks his body can take that sort of workload. And ODI cricket, he is at the peak of his powers, so naturally it had to be these 2 formats for Shreyas Iyer, and
he's done well. And Ajit Agarkar even in Dubai had spoken about Shreyas Iyer being, yes, we are not dismissing him completely as a leadership material, we just are looking at other contenders, and right now Shubman is there in the front seat.
And he also said that, see, my hands are tied, and if I could take a 16th player, maybe it could have been Shreyas. I think that's what he said about him when that Asia Cup squad was announced.
So that's why Ajit Agarkar is staying true to his words. I mean, even in Dubai, he had mentioned the same thing about Shreyas Iyer. Even now also, this elevation is just one particular symbolic issue. But I think Shreyas Iyer after 2027 might be your designated white ball skipper in the waiting. Once Surya Kumar Yadav goes, he may get the T20I captaincy.
I think I actually think it might just be something that eludes him. In fact, why I say that is because age is perhaps not on his side. Gill is even younger than him.
Yeah, Nikhil, what is the other update?
So he's saying that, see, it's never going to be an easy decision to drop someone like Rohit as captain, who's done so well. But we have to look at the times and the circumstances we are in, and you have to look at the future so that we give him reasonable chance so that he can lead in another format ahead of a big tournament. So you needed to keep that in mind as well. It's not an easy decision, but looking at where you are and the cycle that's coming up, you had to take this decision.
As I said, Harshit, take 8 months out in this 2-year cycle. We may think it's 24 months, but no, actually you got 15-16 months only for Gill to showcase his skills as leader. So that's why it's not going to be easy at all. So I think it's you had to do it now. It had to be now or never. That's the thing I look at Ajit Agarkar and the transition that you have to look at ODI, because you have to time it to perfection.
Yeah.
If you don't time it to perfection, there'll be chaos. And that's why it's just about being done right. I think the elevation and the squad members that's there. See, Bumrah not in the ODI is perfect. It's a T20 World Cup year. You need him for a T20 thing.
Right thing to do as
well.
Right thing to do. And I like the fact that he has been included in the T2s, the T20s. That just tells you that they are very closely monitoring Jasprit Bumrah's workload, as should be the case. There's been plenty of evidence in the past to suggest that he needs to be dealt with. It can't be like, you handle him. How do you say that? Iron fist in a velvet glove, something like that. I think there's an idiom like that goes.
Correct.
So you can't have that sort of an approach that you have an iron fist and a velvet glove approach. He really needs to be packed in cotton wool and be taken care of well, because the time that Jasprit Bumrah plays for you, he is your certified match winner, and you really need to be careful of how is it that you can have him for all these crucial matches.
One person who might be sweating over all of this because his injuries come at the most inopportune time, Hardik Pandya. Yes, because see, there is a Dubey who stepped up with the bat and the ball in the Asia Cup. He out-bowled Hardik. Let us make no mistake about it. He out-bowled and out-batted Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey in this whole series. If Nitish does well as a backup to Dubey, then Hardik is in serious trouble, because his injuries won't get better as age goes by.
I agree with you, but I still feel skill set wise, Hardik Pandya is a cut above the both of them.
Because if you look at his T20I statistics as a bowler, Hardik Pandya, it's been very underwhelming.
See, his economy is around 9, I think, yeah.
Which is the worst among the whole
Yeah.
lot. Plus, wicket-wise also, he struggled. Plus, he can't bowl in the death as well. Death also, he gets creamed. He saw in the game in Pakistan also. With the bat, yes, he's had 1 or 2 cameos, but it's not been the Hardik Pandya of old, wherein he's changed the game with the bat.
Still, Siddharth gives you that balance. I think he is so instrumental to this side. And see, most cases you haven't really needed him to come bail you out. Your top order in this Asia Cup was doing the job for you half the time, and it was only last year that he did the goods with both bat and even more with the ball in that final as well. So I think Hardik Pandya just occupies a very special place in this side. You can think of these combinations that you're playing with. You won the Champions Trophy playing 3 out-and-out spinners, and then you had Hardik Pandya as your second pacer in the 11. That's what happens when you have him in the side. And can a Shivam Dube then in a tournament like the Champions Trophy give me 10 overs? I don't think I can rely on a Shivam Dube to do that. Speaking of Nitish Kumar Reddy as well, we've only seen glimpses at Siddharth on those zippy sort of wickets that he got a few wickets in Australia.
And England.
And partly in England.
He got more wickets in England, by the way.
Yeah, he more wickets in England. Again, I would attribute some of it to the conditions as well. But Hardik Pandya, I think in the field as well, let's not forget, I'm bringing in the third dynamic as well. He's truly that 3D player that we like in Indian cricket. So I think he's for me, he's doing good for himself, and yeah, it's difficult to dislodge him.
Yeah, so I mean, Ajit Agarkar is talking about.
He's done.
He's done with the PC.
He's
Okay,
done, yeah.
so yeah, it must have been a good 15-20 minute PC that has happened. So it's going to be really, really interesting because see, for me now the focus is the ODI World Cup 2027. The short-term goal is the 2026 T20 World Cup. But now Gill is officially in the leadership role of 2 major formats, Test and ODIs. He is the vice captain in the T20I setup, but he could be the leader once the T20 World Cup is done of 2026. So that is the way we are looking at it. So for people who have not yet joined us, and I'll just read out the team again, okay? For people who are there with us, ODI squad, major talking point number 1, Shubman Gill is your captain. Major talking point number 2, Rohit and Virat are there only as batters, pure batters. Their ODI places, it's not the end of the road for them. Talking point number 3, Shreyas Iyer is your vice captain. Major talking point number 4, no Jadeja, but yes, in those conditions you couldn't pick, but no Mohammad Shami. Because I think of fitness concerns that continue. Major talking point number 5, no Rishabh Pant because he's not recovered from his fitness yet.
So that there is, in fact, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm seeing this being mentioned quite a lot on X. I think there was a comment made by Ajit Agarkar that's getting a lot of attention. That both Rohit and Virat are non-committal about the 2027 World Cup.
Whoa, this is huge.
Yes.
This is huge if that is the case. If Ajit Agarkar has said that they are non-committal over it, I think, see, what will then happen is, let's look at it from a broader 360-degree perspective, okay? They are probably looking at series by series, okay? They do not know what holds for them in 2027 as far as form is concerned. You never know with form. It could be with you, but it won't be with you, okay? That is the major thing that's going on. So, you got 9 ODIs from now till January. Rohit and Virat, if they don't perform well, what do you do then? What do you do? So, that is why I think Ajit Agarkar has given a very practical statement in which he said they are non-committal over it. And how can one commit for something which is 2 years down the line, knowing fully well that form is like a razor's edge. It can go downhill quickly, it can stay quite quickly as well. So, see, non-committal, we will be doing a separate thing on this, so do check that out. But yes, as far as this series is concerned, it's Rohit and Virat, they are still there. So, as far as the team is concerned, Gill, Rohit, Whoa, okay. Is that an indication that something is brewing? I would like to say yes, it's about form. This squad, let me make it very clear here, the squad that has been picked is not certain for the
what this also
for the
tells me?
2027 World Cup.
And I think somewhere I do like this thought process coming in from the chief selector, and the stance that the BCCI I think have taken now is that we're not going to be obsessive about personalities.
Yeah.
This is what this tells me. We're not going to be obsessive about the personalities, the stature. We need to take those decisions which are right for Indian cricket. We need to have a certain vision. We have found ourselves a path to glory, and we must stay on this. And for that, come what may, we need to take decisions without looking at who has done what in the past, but being mindful of of what is it that people can do in the future. It's about taking the car forward with only a little glimpse into the rear view mirror, but you're not looking into the rear view too much. You're looking right through the windshield, and you're looking at the highway that you need to cross.
See, if something is like non-committal about this, then get your eyes and ears peeled for 25th October. That's the last ODI you play. Okay? Then you are next playing in November, end December.
Which will be South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
And you're going to play in January. So whenever is the last...
January would what? England?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New
England's
Zealand.
much later?
England is in July.
Okay.
July 2026. Now, what if you're not in form in those 9 ODIs? Then you can't be a certainty for 2027. I'm sorry. Ajit Agarkar gave some practical quotes, and that is why I think this is going to explode. Non-committal, Rohit, Virat, non-committal on 2027 ODI World Cup. And even if I have to look at from a player perspective, how can I commit to something which is 2 years later? I don't know.
Siddharth, till now, though, everything was very committal, if you ask me.
But I think the communication has changed.
Rohit was more than eager to be, perhaps, I would say, leading the Indian team in 2027, and he's had his eyes set. He knows that he missed it by a whisker in 23, and he always has sounded very optimistic and very gung-ho about 2027.
But I think it's changed. I think it's now changed because Gill is the captain. I need time to ensure that, okay, this is the thing. I need time to build my team. How on earth, if 2 seniors, because of past reputation, don't perform, then what do you do then? Tough decisions have to be then taken. And I think either 25th or the last ODI that they're playing in Vizag or the January ODI against New Zealand. These are your 3 chances that you will get.
I wonder, Siddharth, if just one bad series is going to change everything completely.
But you're not playing that many ODIs. You aren't. You have to go series by series.
I can now confirm that this was exactly what he said.
Exactly.
Rohit and Virat are non-committal about
2027
World Cup.
Whoa. This has changed everything. So now, whether this series was going to be a reflection, okay, this is sealed, settled until 2027, no. Every squad announcement that will be done from this point on, this series is done and dusted, okay.
While he's also said, I must say, that they're both leaders of this side.
Of course.
He's also said that.
Until that particular series. But now when you pick the squad for the South Africa home summer, the ODI squad is going to get the maximum attention. You wanted to say ODI format is boring, ODI thing, ODI that. Now what has changed? Because Rohit and Virat, as I said, a random ODI series is going to get massive traction because of whatever is going to be said in the PC today and because of Rohit and Virat Kohli. Well done. You have kept the ODI format bubbling with such brilliance. It's now not dead. Who said ODIs are dead? It's no longer dead, folks. So yeah, massive takeaway from this. So yes, squad has been announced. I have given you the 5 takeaways. So it's not going to be easy. So shall we call it quits, because there will be a lot of other reactions
that we need to put together at the moment. So But it's going to be a long day today, and you'll be entertained. We
Yeah.
have a lot of stuff in mind that we want to bring to you. Allow us some time to go off cam, work on those things, put these pieces together, and we shall be back with you. Remember, there is an exclusive conversation with Sunil Gavaskar that Nikhil's having at the time. You can watch it on India Today live. But we'll also, to make things easy, we will be putting that conversation here on Sports Today as well. So do check that conversation out. Let's hear it from Sunil Gavaskar. How is it that he looks at this change of guard in Indian cricket, and plenty of reactions also coming in. Let's see how is it that the cricketing community is responding to this massive news. It's a huge shift. This has definitely shaken some tectonic plates out there, and we will be there to tell you how much is it that these plates have moved. For now, Siddharth and I will take your leave, but we'll be coming back very shortly.
Very shortly.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.